Okay, so if you've got a headache now, or you don't have one, but you're going to have one coming, and you'd not only like some relief, but you'd like to learn how to prevent and reduce the intensity of headaches when they come, you're in the right place. So, hello, this is Cynthia. I'm your friendly neighborhood acupuncturist here to show you some ways that you can treat your own headaches, or your family, or your friends too. They're going to love you for this. So for headaches, this is a common thing treated by an acupuncturist. The best points to use are on the feet and hands. I prefer the feet, honestly, because the principle in distal acupuncture is that the further you go from the area of pain, the more distance between your points and the area of pain, the more powerful the effect, the better the results. So in any case, who doesn't want their foot massaged? Later on, I will also follow up with another video on hand points that are also effective and probably a little bit more easier reach. Now, these, of course, are just general guidelines for using acupressure. This is intended to help you get some emergency relief at home if you'd rather not use a painkiller, or you're just in need of other options. If you need more information for dealing with your specific case, please locate a qualified acupuncturist in your area who can give you case-specific diagnosis and treatment. Now, it's important to point out that headaches sometimes, not often, can be red flags for other more serious issues. If your headache pain seems unusual, or like an unusual cluster of symptoms associated with your headache, it's important to get checked out by your doctor who can rule out other issues. So let's get started. The first thing is, where is your headache? This is nearly always my first question because as an acupuncturist, we're diagnosing according to the meridians involved. Now, if you've got a frontal headache, this is stomach channel primarily, especially if the pain is sharp. We are regulating the meridian pathways in the body. So for this kind of headache, we're going to use a point on the foot called stomach 44. This is a great point that has a lot of other kinds of benefits, such as healing toothaches, chronic sore throat, and people that just want a lot of quiet all the time. This really helps to calm their mind. It is also one of the 12 heavenly star points written about by Ma Danyang in the 12th century. When you palpate your foot, you will find here in between the second and third toes, there's a webbing in between here. And so you just want to go about 1 finger width into this webbing to find stomach 44. So you can just give pressure here, firm pressure for a few minutes, and just keep going until you get a little bit of relief with the headache. If it's tender, you'll notice the point might be a little bit uncomfortable, but that should give you some good relief. Now, if you find that your frontal headache feels like it runs more along the eyebrow line, just come a little bit further down the foot, closer to stomach 43. Stomach 43 images the head at eye level. So if we go between these points, we should get the eyebrow level, and here you may find a tender spot. So just apply firm pressure to those tender spots. Generally, those tender spots will be more powerful at getting relief than the non-tender spots. When you go into those tender spots, you'll find that after the discomfort, after a little while, that tenderness should start to ease, and along with that, the headache pain also reducing, feeling more lighter. Now, if you find that your headache feels like it goes deep into the eye socket, almost like behind the eyes, then you can just use stomach 43 itself, especially if it's tender. This type of headache is often caused by liver channel disharmony. The stomach channel works to treat liver disharmony, and you will also want to look at liver 2 and liver 3. So these are, liver 2 is found between the first and second toe, just in the webbing, 1 finger width down. and then liver 3 here between the first and second metatarsal bones, as you can see. These are some classic liver type headache points. If your headache is one-sided, this will also indicate a liver or gallbladder type disharmony. Now, if the pain is dull and relieved from placing your palms over your eyes, this indicates some spleen involvement as well. Stomach and spleen share a close relationship. They're a yin-yang pair. One meridian treats the other. For a spleen type headache, you can also use the spleen channel points along the first toe, spleen 2, 3, and 4. Now, if the headache is at the back of your head, this is the urinary bladder channel, as you can see here from this picture. Now, the bladder channel is balanced by treating the kidney channel on the foot. So that's one option. If you want to look at the bottom of your feet, here we have kidney 1, kidney 2. These would be the main areas. Anywhere along here, often, just massaging the very bottom of the feet. This will often bring relief to this type of headache pain. Now, if your headache feels like a tight band wrapping around your whole head and squeezing, you can see that here from this image, the gallbladder channel really covers a large portion of the head. So if it feels like your whole head is involved, if you just treat the gallbladder channel using the gallbladder points of the feet, you're going to cover most of your head. Gallbladder also treats the liver system. So this includes headaches that feel like they're behind the eyes. So just these points alone should bring down your pain quite a bit. Now, some people that have regular and intense headaches, they'll go for a whole hour of treatment on their feet. And yes, it works. And with longer acupressure or a longer acupuncture time, this allows for the cycles of energy through all 12 channels of the body to complete themselves. So the circuit of energy in the body will pass through all of the 12 channels in just under 15 minutes. So if you have a half-hour treatment, that means 2 cycles get to complete. And if you have a 45-minute treatment, then you have 3 cycles and so on. So what this means is that the effects of the treatment will usually last longer. It'll be a more effective treatment, allowing for these cycles to finish. Now, if your headache pain is along the midline, this is the dew channel, the governing vessel channel, as you can see on this picture. And although we don't have any foot points for this type of pain, you can use a scalp acupressure point just at the front of the head here, just in front of the hairline. This is a point that images the head onto the scalp. So just apply firm pressure here, and this should feel quite good. Now, if your headache is more of a dull type of headache that is relieved from lying down, resting, eating, you may have a deficiency type headache, which means that either your energy or your blood or both are deficient in some way. And in addition to acupuncture, you would benefit from extra rest, good quality sound sleep, and eating more nourishing foods. So best to see an acupuncturist who can give a more detailed diagnosis of your own body and explain the best methods to correct it according to your own body's needs. So thank you for joining me here. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to connecting with you again in the next video.